So it is so common for people to feel overwhelmed and anxious at different times in their life. I know the feeling, trust me, I've been there. But living with a grateful heart can make it all worthwhile. And I would love to share with you. Let's talk about four incredible gifts and four incredible benefits of living a life with gratitude in your heart. I'm Diane LaFoon, and I'm here with your Joy Tip of the Week, and I would love to hear from you right now. It'd be great if you'd let me know if you can hear me, because apparently I just talked for about 10 minutes without being heard. So tell me what you're grateful for today. Tell me right now, in this moment, no matter how simple it is, what is something that you are grateful for? Right now, I'm grateful for Katie, who let me know that I was doing a live video without sound just a few minutes ago. So thanks again, Katie, for letting me know that, so that I could wrap that up and get started with the mic on this time. So tell me, yes, what you are grateful for right in this moment, right now. I sure hope you find this information helpful. So, living with a grateful heart, what does that mean? To me, that means thanking our Creator, God our Father, for everything that He provides for us. I live my life according to a great book of wisdom that you may be familiar with, the Bible. And in the Bible, in the book of James, it says that every good gift, every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. I am convinced that everything that everyone has in this world is a gift from God our Father. And so when we're living with a grateful heart, we are grateful to Him for those things that He provides. Sometimes you may find yourself on a path that is not what you expected. That is definitely my story. I never expected my life to take the path that it's taken. It doesn't mean, though, that it can't lead you to a beautiful place. And I have experienced that as well. So, what are some of the benefits of living a life in gratitude? The first benefit is that you will be more content with life. When you take an honest look at the incredible things that exist in your life, you will discover that you're much more satisfied and content. It's the simple things that make us happy, even something as simple as hearing your favorite song or reading a book, having the time to read a book. When we appreciate what God has provided for us, rather than focusing on what we may be missing or what we may not have, we keep ourselves from feeling unhappy and frustrated or something else that's terribly negative. So living a life of gratitude can help you to feel more content. Recently I was house hunting with someone who will be moving soon, and we went to, some homes that were for sale, but we also went to a couple of new builds where they have, like a model set up with brand new floors, brand new counters, brand new cupboards, brand new appliances, brand new light fixtures, everything brand spanking new, the latest and the greatest of everything. And it just kind of made me a little envious. It made me a little ungrateful for what I had. And so when I got home, I was thinking, oh, we need new floors. We need new flooring here. We need a new light fixture over there. We need this. We need that. And I just gently shifted my focus and realized I really love my home. I am so grateful for the home that God has provided. I'm grateful for our outdoor spaces where I have daisies and lavender growing and our heliopsis flowers out by the outbuilding. I'm so grateful for our big picture window in our living room where I can see so many trees and the neighbors. I have great neighbors. I'm very thankful for my home. My neighbors are wonderful. And so then I started to feel more at peace, more content, more happy with what I have in my life instead of looking at what I didn't have. And so one of the verses that came to mind was a verse from Hebrews 13 in the Bible, and it says, "Keep your life free from the love of money and be content with what you have. For God said, I will never leave you nor forsake you." And so just knowing that God will never leave me or forsake me is all I need to know to be content. And it makes me even more content when I am grateful for what He has given me, for those gifts and life He has given me. So that's the first benefit. You will be more content. Secondly, you will be more motivated to do good and to help others. Being grateful makes you feel better about yourself and your life. It actually can make you feel more confident even. So it can motivate you and empower you to do good and help others. You'll find yourself just naturally sharing those good gifts that you have with others because it makes you feel good too. And so if you're going to make the world a better place, Start by being grateful for what you have and then sharing that with others. There's another verse in that same chapter of Hebrews 13, that says, "Do not neglect to do good and share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God." And who doesn't want to be pleasing to God? Sometimes I feel like I'm inept or incapable of pleasing God in any way. But then I'm reminded by this verse that all He asks us to do is to do good and to share what He has given us with others. And that is pleasing to Him. How wonderful, right? So we have a sense of contentment. We have found that we can be more motivated to do good and help others. And then next, thirdly, you will feel a sense of peace that is impossible to be achieved any other way. When you have a grateful heart, there's this unexplainable sense of peace. And at first, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about what's the difference between being content and feeling peace. And I really feel like there is a significant difference. For contentment, it's more satisfied. It's more grateful for what you have, or your lot in life, or where you are in life, what you're experiencing in life. But peace is much deeper. Peace is a sense of serenity, a calmness, a knowing that it's going to be okay. Peace is a feeling that encompasses your being, when it feels like everything's going smoothly and no one will ever be able to take that feeling away from you. It can only happen when your heart is filled with gratitude. And I believe true inner peace comes from finding your significance, your satisfaction, and your security in your relationship with Jesus Christ. I heard that years ago, and it still rings true today. When you find that your significance, your satisfaction, and your security comes from your relationship with Jesus, you will have peace like you have never had before. Many people spend their lives looking for these kinds of things, and they never find them unless they're willing to stop searching and start an intimate relationship with God through His Son, Jesus. There's a verse in Philippians 4 that is actually on my wall in my bedroom, and it says, "The peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." And I really feel like a grateful heart lends itself to that peace that passes all understanding. Even when you're in moments that may be hard to be grateful for, if you can find something to thank God for in those moments, you will find peace. So we've got more content life. We've got that we're more motivated to do good and help others. Thirdly, we find this unsurpassed sense of peace. And the fourth great benefit, you'll have a sense of purpose and meaning in life. When you live with a grateful heart, you'll have greater meaning and purpose. It means that we'll feel thankful for the good things, as well as those moments in our journey that may trouble us or cause worry or annoy us. For example, just a few weeks ago, I had to take my car in for a recall. It was on a Friday. They gave me a loaner car, which was a really tiny, small car, and it wasn't a car I liked very much. And so I was a little annoyed when the mechanic called me at like 6 p.m. on Friday night and said, "Sorry, we're going to have to keep your car over the weekend. We are having troubles with the recall, so just plan to pick your car up on Monday." Well, I had plans, I wanted my car, not this little loaner car that they had given me. And then to make it worse, Saturday morning, my nephew and his wife called. I'm storing some things here at our home for them, and they wanted to know if I would load them up in my car, which is a little bit bigger car than this loaner car that I had, and bring them down for a visit, and I would get to see my great niece Graylin as well. And so I was really upset and not happy when I had to tell them, "I don't have my car. In fact, I have this little tiny car. It won't hold your belongings. I'm sorry, I can't help you, and we can't have a visit." And it just really was upsetting for me because I like to be there for my family. I like to always be there for my family and do whatever they ask me to do. Well, just a few moments later, the phone rang again, and it was Tori and Shauna, my niece and nephew, and they said, "Hey, how about we bring Graylin up and pack up our pickup truck and come and get a load ourselves?" And so they came and visited me, and it worked out great because I got to play with my great niece Graylin while they were loading up their truck, and it just worked out wonderfully. I had a great visit, and it was just, something that God orchestrated. I don't know that He does everything. Yeah, he does. He does everything. And he's this great conductor that he takes all of this wonderful orchestration of life and he makes it all work out the way he wants it. And it tells us that in Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8 says, we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. You know, your faith in that verse can make every day of your life more fulfilling, because whatever may be happening to you at any given moment, even if it's something as silly as not having the right vehicle, it can work out towards something better, like it did with my experience where they came to visit me and I had a great time in my home with my great niece, Graylin. So in your daily life, it's going to be easy to forget all the amazing things that you have. But if you live with a grateful heart each and every day, you will be more content with life. You'll be more motivated to do good and help others. You'll enjoy an unsurpassed sense of peace that you can get no other way. And you'll have purpose and meaning in life. It can be difficult to find motivation and meaning when you're living with a negative mindset. But when you live with a grateful heart, one of the most powerful things that you can do, it can change your life for the better. When you live in gratitude, everything changes, from how content you feel to being given a sense of purpose and meaning. The power of gratitude can make us motivated to do good things. It can make us motivated to help make the world a better place. Living with a grateful heart is not just about making ourselves happy, but it's also about helping others find peace as well. It's never too late to start changing your perspective by focusing on what you're thankful for and grateful for instead of what you don't have or what you don't want. The best way to start this journey is to live a more fulfilled existence with reminders. And so I've created some reminders for you if you'd like them. I have 4 smartphone wallpapers of these verses that I've shared with you today, and I'm glad to give them to you. You can download each of these verses. They're on a pretty little smartphone wallpaper, and you can use it as your lock screen or whatever. All you need to do is message me, and I will send those to you. You can message me here. You can message me on Instagram, wherever you are. Just feel free to message me, and I will get those 4 verses to you on a lock screen for your phone, so that you can be reminded daily of the things that you should be grateful for and can be grateful for. There's so much good in the world that you can be grateful for. And while you can receive encouragement along the way from these verses, it would be my hope that you would find those ways to feel grateful in your heart each and every day. So remember, joy isn't something that simply happens to you. You have to choose joy. And one of the best ways to choose joy is to live with a grateful heart. Thank you.